Okay, so hello, everybody. I just want to introduce you to my friend Amanda. Strange thing, we met through our doTERRA team, and come to find out, we grew up in the exact same town, like 20 minutes away from each other. So Amanda has given me a few pep talks, and definitely give her a lot of credit for where I'm at today, because she also seen something in me that I wasn't seeing at the time. So I would really love to give her the opportunity to do the same for you. And she has some incredible messages to share and some things coming up that we want to make sure is on your radar. And then we'll make sure that you have all the means you need to get in touch with her. So you go ahead, Amanda, share with us, maybe introduce yourself.
So hello, I'm Amanda. I am, as you know, from New Brunswick, Hampton, and I am, it's funny, we even had this like little chat before this. I have a hard time trying to figure out what I like to call myself, but as I was explaining to Robin like 10 minutes ago, is that I am like an escort. I am like an assistant. I am like a multi-dimensional mentor. I really am itching away from the word coach, because I feel like the coaching industry tells you that in a offset sort of way, it tells you that you're not enough, that the answers are outside of you. And so by being an assistant, I like to use that word because I like the kind of idea of holding your hand and showing you the shadows that are, or showing you the shadows that are blocking you from really, really tapping into your intuition, your inner knowing, like the things that you don't even know are possible in your life. So with that, it's taken a long and winding, twisty, turny journey to get to this place. But in a nutshell, I'm an doTERRA wellness advocate. I'm super witchy and ritualistic, yoga teacher, breathwork teacher, and one of my like diehard passions is this 2 years ago, I did my Erotic Blueprint Breakthrough Coaching Program. And so with that, I am an Erotic Blueprint Breakthrough Coach. So one of my offerings is I take people through the 8-week Erotic Blueprint Breakthrough course. It's in 8 modules. You have 8 one-on-one calls with me. And so with this, we tap into your erotic nature and the truth of it. Because let's be honest, one thing that we're not really told to be is sexual, is to express our sexuality. We're told like, oh, that's slutty or that's wrong, cover up, you know. And so through this program, we get to what you really, really like. It's body. So most things are like mind oriented, right? And so this is a somatic based body approach to sex and sexuality. There's 5 different erotic blueprints: energetic, sensual, sexual, kinky, and shapeshifter. I won't get down and dirty into that realm because I could go off for days. But if you are someone who has been just feeling disconnected, that has been wondering like, oh, like, is this it for my sex life? Is there more? You know, I feel like my partner and I, if there is a partner in the situation, or even like self. And the beautiful thing is, this is such an individual. Like when I first did this course, I did it by myself, and I've done it like 8 times since then. And each time I learn more and more things, especially with now I have a partner. And it's really beautiful to have this language to articulate each other's and your own sexuality and how to like meet each other in that. So that's that. And then through doing that, like I was explaining to Robin, is that by taking people through that course, I've learned so much about what people are longing for and what is keeping them just cock blocked, seriously. And I'm like, this is me, totally raw and real. Okay. Like I could be a little bit like this, but where we energetically just block ourselves from the life that we know that we can have. and the life that I think that all of us know deep down that we are deserving of. And so because the Erotic Blueprint Breakthrough course isn't mine, I didn't create it. By doing the one-on-one work with the people going through this course, I've learned so much about the underworld and what's like lingering there, like people pleasing, like just neglecting your personal needs, neglecting like when you really want to say no and you say yes, when you like are like, I wish my partner would, read my mind, or where you just don't allow other people to help you and assist you. And you're just like completely drained. And this is like, everyone's story is different. So birthing from that is just a 12-week program with me. You get me for, did I say 12 weeks? I said 12 weeks, right? Yep. Okay. A 12-week one-on-one coaching just container where you get to come as you are with what's present in your life, and I get to excavate. Is excavate the right word? Yeah, I just get to like mine it for you and show you what's underneath that and give you tasks to do. And it's just all you for you. And I really, really like that because it gives me the freedom to just like deliver, because I'm a brilliant responder. And like, I will say that's one of my talents, one of my geniuses, is that I'm really good at reflecting to you what you just like cannot even see. Mm-hmm. And then, I had a little bit of an energetic death. Like I had a little funeral for myself because this last year was really fucking hard on everyone, last 2 years. And it's really frustrating because I'm such a connector. I've been always such a traveler. I've like love group things. And I just feel like that was just ripped out from all of us. And so I had a little funeral. I like started a new Instagram account. I started a new Facebook page. I'm like, I just need to like let go. Like I literally have let go tattooed on my hand. And I'm like, I just need to let go. I can keep going if you need to. Okay. I let go of all of that. And like, I was just like, I had asked myself this one question. And it's like, if I move from my head into my heart and I truly ask my heart what the world needs, and that's more humanness, realness. I know I love the word authentic, but it's such a buzzword. Like it really is authenticity and blah, 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 blah. I want to just bring humanness back to the world. And so I was like, I had like a day-long migraine. I like slept for like 18 hours. And then it's like, I honestly, that death of myself was just like, this is what you need. How easy can you make it? And so starting February, I haven't set the date yet. Starting February, I am going to open up a container. It's going to be 30 days and it's going to be run on Facebook, and it's just going to be a group thing. And so I'm going to call it microdose. And so these are just little spiritual microdoses, little daily practices, journal prompts, breathwork practices, guided meditations. There's going to be little juicy erotic blueprint nuggets in there, embodiment practices, really, so that in your daily life, you can come from a place of center of and from the heart and from the base of you instead of up here. Because when we navigate from up here, it's that masculine, patriarchal, straightforward, do more, like time equals money. And we want to get into the cosmic, dimensional, quantum leaping area. We want to come from that place. And so this container is going to be just $122. And the reason why I've kind of like went back and forth with this, because like, I know it's worth $1,222. Like I know that the content is like, but I want it to be accessible to everyone. And I want everyone to be like accountable. And so this group is going to be just a really awesome container for you to get super connected to yourself. And to let go of like the New Year's resolutions and the shoulds and the blah, blah, blahs, and get into this heart-centered, lovey-dovey, Valentine's month, February, and just fall in love with yourself. So that's me in a nutshell.
I absolutely love all the things you just said. And really the $122 is like $1 a day. And who doesn't deserve $1 to be spent on themselves and really learn about themselves? Because I 100% agree with you when it comes to like the answers are within us, but sometimes we just need someone to hold our hand and help us find them inside.
Mhm.
And so I love that you said that. I do want to mention that initially, like when I reached out to you, I've done a course called Life Book, and they break down 12 categories of your life, and then they get you to really dive into each one individually so you have a better vision. And then after I was done it, they offered the secret one. The secret last chapter of your 12 categories is actually that there's a 13th one, and it's your sex life. And so I was like, oh, I got to get Amanda because I know you're all into that stuff. And I know that personally in my like little journey of self-love, finally getting there's so much confidence that it does make the sex life 10 times better. And so I'm very intrigued by the 8-week program, and like it's almost like doing it backwards and still getting all the same answers, but almost I feel like it would almost be quicker, but that's so cool. So yes, that's initially why I had gotten a hold of you. But one of my favorite things that you said is getting away from living in your head and into your heart. Because that's something, seriously, just in the last couple of days, I said that to my husband. I'm like, you have no idea how much of a different energy that I have now, where I've left the head, come into the heart. And as much as I love getting validation from my family, like I don't need it anymore. Like, because I love myself so much that like I just don't care. Like I do, but I don't, you know what I mean? Like it's not as important to me. I feel like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do because I know it in my whole soul that it's gonna work out. And I don't need for you to tell me that it's going to be okay anymore because I know it on my own. And like helping people get to that point is like I'm thriving. So if you can help people, I hope that they will find you and they will consider that $122 as being something huge, a huge transformation in just 30 days.
And honestly, just even to reflect back to that, going the journey from your head to your heart and to your soul will be the longest journey you'll ever make. It'll be the longest journey that you ever make, and it'll be like the most potent journey that you'll ever make.
Well, and it's something you will continue to always work on. I definitely agree on that, but there is definitely a shift that does happen where it makes it seem a little bit easier, I do think.
Yeah. And it's like that book I remember reading like ages ago. It's like what the art of not giving a fuck. And it's like it's basically like cutting off the fat and just really paying attention to the things that really matter to you, the things that are really authentic to you. And yeah, just giving that the time and the energy. And yeah, like you said, it's not that you don't care about what other people think anymore or that you just completely disown them. It's that you back yourself, and that the validation that you give yourself, the self-validation, is way more important than any validation that you'll ever get from anyone else, because you are the only person that really, really, really knows you, like really, really 100% knows you, lives in your body, lives in your meat suit, thinks the thoughts that you have, feels the emotions that you have. So yeah.
Yes, and that is so true. Nobody knows you better than you know yourself. And until the moment that you decide that that's the important thing, that you're as and even more important than all the other people that you take care of, then none of the stuff sticks. None of the stuff sticks good. So there's got to be this shift where you're like, okay, I've got to be put in the non-negotiable, even if it's only for 5 minutes a day to start.
100%.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm going to get all your info, all your new Instas and your new pages, so we can make sure that people find where they can get a hold of you. And I really appreciate your time. So do you have anything else you'd like to share before I stop the recording?
Yes. Sorry, I had to wait for the download to like hit.
I love
The people in this group, this woman in front of you, Robin, is a go-getter. And she's a shining light. And the fact that she is here wanting to help and wanting to assist and wanting to hold your hand and wanting to be by your side as you put yourself first, that's magic. And there's not many people out there like authentically really doing that. And so if I can say one thing that has been true in my personal growth journey, like the journey that is never ending, is that you have to be focused. And when I say focused, I just mean like you have to be focused on putting yourself first. And I know that's hard, especially as a mom, as like if you got other jobs, if you have other priorities, if you have a business, whatever. Putting yourself first is like the number one thing. And like you said, if it's just 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, if it's just like taking a deep breath while you're in the line at the grocery store, just taking a couple of big, deep belly breaths and saying, man, I am so fucking worthy. Like I am the bomb. And I am magnetizing to me all of the people that make me a better person, that enlighten me, that hold me. And so with that, take bigger, deeper breaths. Listen to your body, like honestly, and like not like you're craving, like I want sweets and chocolate and like gluttonous, truly listen to your body. Like, what does my body want? What does it need? What does it desire? What foods are going to like light it up and allow it to be the most vibrant that it can be, like live out its potential. And laughter. Whenever you can, laugh your ass off, like seriously laugh your ass off, because I think we're actually in a pandemic of over seriousness. We've forgotten to let our inner we've forgotten to let our inner children just play and be free. Because if we really, really think about it and we go back to who we were when we were children and when like the world was this magical, mystical playground and we got to like be and do and imagine all of the things, that was real life. That was real living. And I think we've gotten away from that. So cut the seriousness, laugh more, play more, breathe more, and nurture and nourish your body. And use essential oils always.
I totally agree with you there. And as a stay-at-home mom who has spent so much time just only living for them, it's a good reminder as to why I did that, because they just make you so happy. But there comes a time where a mom has to show their kids that, if they have a dream, they should go and get it, regardless of what their needs are. And I always make sure their needs are there, but you got to show them that everything is reachable. So sometimes a mom's got to do what a mom's got to do. Like just now while we're recording, I have to run downstairs to find a popsicle because the right ones aren't in the freezer upstairs.
I love it. And to just and like even what just came up there was why be normal when you can be the magic of being yourself? And I think that our world has gotten too into filters and, all of these things and, Instagram models and this and that and magazines and campaigns and everything that I just really, 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 one of the things, and I mentioned this when we were talking before this call, is like one of my like heartfelt longings and callings is to bring back the humanness, really bring back the humanness. So don't be afraid to be who you are.
Exactly. And
Show
I
it off.
like that you mentioned like getting rid of the shoulds and all of that language that goes on that is really just a limited belief for, a wired system in the brain that you need to recognize and then try to rewire to whether or not it's your belief or somebody else's.
Yeah. And we've been really good at calling bullshit and we can tell and you can smell your intuition, your sixth sense comes out when they're just like, it's kind of repelling. And so the world needs you as you are. like really who you are, and tell your story. I mean, I'm going to get into like coaching now and I'll ramble on, but like for anyone and everyone who is watching this, like, don't be afraid to really share who you really are, because that's when the magic will happen, and that's when you'll magnetize all of the beautiful, beautiful things to yourself.
Well, awesome. You and I could go on like this for all day. I know for sure. So I will say goodbye to the audience. Thank you very, very much. You want to say bye? You patient little smarty pants. All right.